Okay, so apparently there's a new insane OPTC update. I have absolutely no idea what's happening here, but this is gonna be my first reaction. Damage limit modification surpassing 1 trillion. Okay. Rainbow Tavern medal, what is that? OPTC run? Damage limit break. What? What? So certain characters can bypass the damage limit. What does that mean, bro? What does that mean? Adjusted tutorial character recruit appearing characters due to above changes. Oh, it added new free Sugofest exclusive Sugofest recruit feature for the following days after clearing tutorial. Okay, they adjusted the beginner Sugofest. That's very important. That was a very dated Sugofest, so I'm glad they're changing that. The damage limiter though, that's a massive change. What is OPTC run, bro? Certain character recruits are able to appear with level limit breaks. Okay, I love level limit break. We're getting more of those. Certain stats carried over for power-ups using character of same evolution tree. I'm unsure about what they mean by that. I mean, it's not too important. It just means that 4 stars or like 5-star versions of the 6-star units will have similar stats, and it's not too important. Adjusted certain requirement description of Super Tandem Special for clarity. Okay, that's good for beginners. Sometimes these can be confusing. And then error fixes and other minor fixes. For more details on certain update features, see the version update info. For users who have already cleared the tutorial, okay, whatever. Warning, maintenance time may change without any notice. Okay. So I think we're gonna have maintenance in about a week. Anytime contents, okay, what? That's a bunch of nonsense. Here's the official notice. Are we gonna have yo, what is happening, bro? What is happening? What is a Rainbow Tavern, bro? What is a Rainbow Tavern? Oh my goodness. OPTC run, is this a new game mode? Control running Luffy and defeat enemies by tapping at the right time. How to play OPTC run. Just tap the screen to control. Holographic enemies and items will appear in front of Luffy. Tap at the right time to obtain a score. You can obtain Rainbow Tavern medals from rank rewards. For more details of Rainbow Tavern medals, see the separate notice. Okay. About challenge permanent, you can try up to 3 times a day. And it can be refilled with stamina meat instead of rainbow gems, so that's really cool. I wonder what these Rainbow Tavern medals are going to be. Event period, it will be held weekly. You will be able to participate from the ongoing event. So this is going to be another like sort of a parking adventures where you can actually refill with stamina meats, but I think this one you can like infinitely refill the stamina meats, not just 2 per day. And since it's every week, I'm hoping it's a very quick and fun event, not something that's going to take hours to do. Of course, if it's going to be essentially almost up every single week. Damage modifier update. Yes, for damage modifier of damage that goes beyond 1 trillion. Previously, any damage that surpasses 1 trillion, there was a damage reduction modifier. I think it was 99% applied to that damage. Now, with character levels and certain potential abilities added in the future, the damage reduction modifier can be lowered in stages. So previously, when you do 5 trillion, it would be completely nerfed down to 1.04. But now, you can get up to 1.4 trillion. Now, I'm assuming, okay, damage limit break. Okay, so they just at a basal, they just changed the damage reduction that happens after 1 trillion. So you don't need any new special ability to just get up to 1.4 trillion with 5 trillion damage. So that's great. But then if you have damage limit break, okay, you can get up to 2.3 trillion, which is essentially just a 50% damage reduction. What in the world is this? It says here type, and there's like a coin plus 1.5, total 3.0. Oh, character level plus 1.5. So I'm guessing every 10 levels you get plus 0.1. And then I don't know what they mean by type, but I'm guessing that is the damage modifier. The total damage dealt with normal attacks on a single enemy within one turn, of course. Damage limit break 1. Total character levels, yeah. You will deal more damage based on the total character levels of the crew. Okay, total character levels. Okay, so not just one individual unit. Added potential abilities. Okay, so now it's actually becoming kind of relevant having all of your units rainbowed. Before, it's kind of only specific abilities like double special activation, reduce special charge to start a quest. Of course, these special potential abilities like Super Tandem, Last Tap Rush, and of course maybe Barrier Pen and Hunger Stacks. But now abilities like even Recovery Bind Reduction or Pinch Healing will be a lot more relevant, it seems. So that's pretty cool. So damage limit break for type and damage limit break for class will be appearing in the future. The highest value will be applied to the modifier. So I'm assuming this is kind of like weakness. The enemy has a starting state of weakness to a certain class. I'm guessing a certain enemy will be have a damage limit break to a type and a class, and then if you use that type and class, the units will be able to go further past the damage cap. But it looks like it's like like an ability you can level up, so I'm really not sure how this works. Okay, so for each potential ability category, the values do not stack, and only the highest of each category will take effect. Interesting. So if you have one unit with pinch healing level 5, then it doesn't really matter if you have another one with pinch healing level 1. That's what I'm understanding from that. Could be an incorrect interpretation, but either way. Damn, bro. This is such a massive update. Everyone's been complaining about the damage cap. With how insane damage levels are becoming more damage increasing buffs, it really is important that they have done this. But it seems like they're doing this in a very tasteful way, which is really cool. And then the values in the images are for development purposes only and may differ from actual values. Please check for detailed values, okay? Check help, okay. Changes with recruit and power up, okay? You can now recruit characters with level limit break applied. What do you mean by that? Well, which character comes with level limit break will vary by the character recruit event. For more details, see the notice of the recruit event. That's interesting. I'm guessing this is only free-to-play units. I mean, of course. I mean, I guess that's cool for speeding up the farming process for new players. When doing a power-up, using a character from the same evolution tree, certain stats will be carried over. Okay. So we have potential ability level. What do they mean by that? So if you feed a Luffy Zoro Sanji of Rush level 2 into a Luffy Zoro Sanji of Rush level 1, it will give you Rush level 3. It's not a massive change because, I mean, why would you be doing that anyways? But this was not a thing in Treasure Cruise before, and I mean, it's a pretty cool addition. I mean, if you have if you're feeding a legend for potential ability or level limit break, and you actually limit break the character, they have all 3 of their potential abilities. So by that logic, it should give you 3 additions to your potential ability instead of just 1. So that's actually pretty massive. Number of times a same evolution tree was used to power up. So you can also carry over level limit break. Interesting. Okay, and luck drop, of course. No one cares about luck drop too much, if I'm being honest. We have the teardrops we can use, I guess, for new players who don't have those. Even if you recruit a level limit break character and use it to power up, you can carry over the stats of the character additively to your base character. What? What? Carry over the stats of the character additively to your base character. What? Where's the catch? Can you do this only one time? What's the limit? What's the limit here? Carry over the stats of the character additively to your base character. So does this mean if I have a level 150 Luffy Zoro Sanji and then I have another level 150 Luffy Zoro Sanji, if I feed one to the other, would I just have a 6,000 attack stat unit? I hope I'm misinterpreting this, otherwise this is incredible, but also very broken, because that would really help you to get to like 10 trillion damage if you can just straight up double your stat. That's essentially just a 2 times increase in your damage. Okay, well, let's see what this new item for recruiting is. I'm very interested to see how that works, where feeding dupes just adds the stats. Wow. Okay. New item for recruiting, about Rainbow Tavern medals obtained from events. So I don't know if it's just the new Luffy running event or if it's also other events. We'll see. You can use it at the tavern instead of rainbow gems. Go. Whoa, that is. They better not take away rainbow gems from other events. But that's a really cool feature. That is creative as fuck, man. Oh my days. So Rainbow Tavern medals will have an expiration date and will be lost once it expires. You have to be very careful. It's like Kizuna tickets in a way. Tap in on the information or warning in the tavern to see when it expires. So you spend 40 rainbow gems. Are they changing how many gems a multi is? 40 rainbow gems, huh? So each one of these counts as 0.25 rainbow gems. I'm very interested to see how many we are given per event. If it's weekly, I'm guessing we're only gonna get maybe 1 multi per week. I mean, that would be still insane. That's 4 multis a month. But I mean, we'll see in a week's time, I guess. So it will expire in. Okay, so you get like sort of a bundle of these medals. So you get 5 in a bunch, you get 10 in a bunch, and each of them has a certain expiration date. It looks like the highest is 10 days. So unfortunately, if you're like waiting for a certain Sugo Fest, you can't hoard these. So they're kind of forcing you to be someone who pulls sporadically on Sugo Fest. I mean, sure, I guess 10 days. I mean, depending on I mean, since it's weekly, you'll have a bit of these always. So I mean, it's not too bad. You can use it on various different Sugo Fests. Okay, I'm very interested in this as well. Kizuna level turbo. What does that mean? We have a new item there. When Kizuna level turbo is activated, you can challenge an enemy that is 4 levels ahead of the current level. For people who are like playing top alliances, this is very useful from what I'm seeing. How rare is this item gonna be? Because if you can just jump 4 levels like that, you can get to like level 100 like in very less than an hour of the Kizuna starting. I mean, just assuming you have infinite Kizuna level turbo potions, I'm guessing these are. I think this is great. But would you get the rewards for having fought level 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34? Because if not, for some people, they may not be worth it. But if you do get those rewards, then this is a really good feature for making Kizuna a lot more streamlined for players, and also making it much easier for competitive players to get to the really high levels where you get a lot extra tickets and super boss tokens, and of course getting you higher in the rankings. About rewards, if you defeat the boss when Kizuna level turbo is activated, yes, it'll be treated as if you defeated the level of the challenged enemy. You also obtain all rewards of the skipped levels. Let's go, man. This is awesome. So treasure drops of the quest, Kizuna ticket, Kizuna clash points, and super boss tokens. What do you mean by treasure drops? I mean, probably like cotton candy. I think you do get some other small drops. You have a chance of getting like support medals and stuff, so that's what I mean by that. Super boss tokens and the tickets are probably the main thing. And then if you lose, game over. During the effect of the Kizuna level turbo, you can try again with the same level with the enemy's HP status carried over. So there's really not too much of a risk here. I was thinking maybe if you fail, then you get sent back to the level you were before using the potion, and then the potion gets used up. But you can just ask someone to kill with an assist, so that's pretty cool. So that's pretty nice. All pictures are still under development. To play Optc run, select Optc run banner image in underway events. Okay. Wow, that was a lot of information, but a lot of very crucial information. Every single feature here seems game-changing in some way or another. I can't decide which one's my favorite. The Kizuna level turbo is very cool. But for me personally, until I see what Optc run about, this new item for recruiting is probably my favorite, or the one I'm most interested in, especially since it says they 40 rainbow gems for a multi. I don't know if they're modifying the amount of rainbow gems for a multi, or if this is a special Sugo Fest, or maybe they're implementing discount multis of 40 rainbow gems to end of month banners. Who knows what's happening here? And maybe this also as well. I'm very confused about how this is gonna work. What is the limit to stat stacking? I really don't know. But damage in Treasure Cruise is definitely gonna be a massive increase from before. There are definitely gonna be people getting up to 10 trillion damage with just regular teams, over 2 turns, of course. But this means that, I mean, Parking Adventures level 300 might be beatable with a legit team right now. Before you had to use like broke zombie team or something like that to use HP cuts, but after this you might actually be able to beat level 300 Parking Adventures, which is about 10 trillion HP. But that's about it. I mean, I'm at a loss for words. This is a really good update. I just want to play around and see how the stat stacking works, how the addition of potential abilities work. You get all 3 potential abilities added to the unit that you feed to, and if you don't have a character limit broken, well, the potential abilities still get added. Man, Treasure Cruise, good job on this one. I'm very excited, especially for Optc run, because I have absolutely no idea how fluid the game will be. It seems like a very like dynamic, fluid, fun game mode where you're tapping a lot, but it's not really like too much strategy, but very engaging gameplay. Alright, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really can't help myself. I'm gonna be waiting a week now, every single day, for this game mode to be implemented, all the other features to be implemented, so we can see how the damage cap works. Maybe in Parking Adventures we can test that out. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm out.